A lot of people ask me, Kashi, you're only 20 years old. Why are you so obsessed with making money at a young age? Just be a normal kid, dude. Go to university, go to college, go party, go hang out with friends, have a social life, touch grass, do things that normal 20-year-olds would do. Why are you so obsessed with making money at a young age? Well, let's imagine this. You're 18 years old, you just graduated fresh out of high school. The average person spends 4 to 5 years on education after high school. So now by the time you graduate, you're 23. Now, after 23 years old, you land a junior role, apprentice role, whatever it is, working minimum wage. That will take another 5, 6 years. And by this point, you're 28, 29, and now you maybe started hitting six figures. You're maybe like as in a senior-ish position at your job. But now you're looking to get married. You're looking at getting a house because you have to move out with your family. So now you have a mortgage. And a mortgage takes anywhere from 10, 15, sometimes even up to 20, 25 years to pay off. So by the time you've paid off this mortgage, you're going to be 30, 40 years old. And by this time, your kids are going to be older. So you need to pay for their education. You need to pay for their school. You need to pay for their sports. You need to pay for their lifestyle. You need to pay for all these things. So now you focus on paying all the things for the kids. That's another 10 years down the line. Now, once you've done that, your kids have graduated, they've gone to university, now you're looking to retire. Well, guess what? You don't have a whole lot of money because you were spending it every single year on other expenses. Now you have to spend another 5 to 10 years saving up your retirement fund. By the time you do that, you're going to be 60 years old. Now, I wanted you to imagine that because that is the life of an average person on this earth. And I'm not saying this in a negative or condescending way. Like, there are a lot of people that live this life. And if this is the life that you aspire to live, security, comfort, that side of things, by all means, go for it. For me personally, I just think we get one life. One life is all we get. We have to make the best of it. I want to be the best. I want to see everything in the world. I want to achieve my full potential. I don't want to just settle for comfort. I don't want to settle for the norm. Right? And the reason I'm sitting down and filming this is in this video, I'm going to show you why making money at a young age is literally the best decision I ever made. I say this because I've been making money online since I was 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I went from 0 to 40K a month in under a year. And before I even turned 20, I was able to travel to Dubai, the US, Bali, India, Himalayas, take my family on trips, give money to my parents as well, go through a lot of experiences that most people dream of doing. Not just at 20 years old, but even in their life. So I can actually speak on this. Sweet. So the first thing, and my favorite part about making money online while you're young, is you actually get to enjoy the rewards of making money. You get to enjoy the lifestyle. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're 50, 60 years old and you want to go on a hike through the Great Alps or something. I don't know. I'm just going to give an example, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If you're 50, 60 years old, you can still go and do that hike. You can go and do that trek. But your body is physically tired and the experience is going to be nowhere near as good. Instead of if you took a hike, you took a trek with your boys when you're young, you're hungry, you're on your peak physical shape, and you're able to go and do these things and enjoy the views, enjoy the sights. That is way better than trying to do all these things and rushing it in your 50s and 60s before your body dies out. So the best part about making money while you're young is you can actually enjoy it. You can relax, you have time, you can spend all the time that you need to individually see every single country in the world if you want to. Like when I go to a new country, I don't need to rush. My goal isn't to visit 40 countries in the span of 6 months. I don't need to do that because I can just stay in the country that I am and make money while I'm young and just travel around. So that's the first thing. You actually get to enjoy your wealth. Another reason is, and I see this a lot, is cars, bags, clothes. I'm not a really materialistic guy, to be very candid with you, but if I was to get a supercar, I would rather drive a really nice car in my 20s and my 30s than drive a car in my 40s, 50s, 60s. One, I'd get to enjoy it more. Two, I'm probably more interested in it now than I will be when I'm 50 and 60 years old. And number three, most people just don't even have a supercar and something like that at 20 to 30. And that leads on to my second part. The cool part about making money online while you're young is not many other people do it. It's very rare. Especially at the age that I am, which is 20, making 40, 50, 60K a month is very rare for my age bracket. Not only am I top 1% of the country, but I'm definitely like top 0.1% of my age bracket of 20-year-olds, right? Like how many 20-year-olds do you know that are making the money that I'm making and other people in the online space are making? There's not a lot, right? And I'll share a story with you and put this into perspective. Right now, I'm in Dubai. As you can see, I have a really nice view. This apartment maybe costs like, I don't know, 8K a month, 9K a month, something like that. And the building that I'm in, there's probably 40 stories in this apartment building, and I can almost put money on it. I'm the youngest guy here that's actually paid for the apartment that they're staying at in this entire building. Youngest guy. I'm literally under 21. I can't even go to the club if I wanted to in Dubai. I can't even drink if I wanted to in Dubai. I can't even do anything in Dubai if I wanted to, because the legal age here is 21. Now, obviously, that comes with some drawbacks, but I just think it's freaking cool that you can make money at a young age and do things that most people are not willing to do. Another story is, I remember when I went to this really nice restaurant here in Dubai. It's like 5 minutes away from here. And every time I go there, I'm the youngest guy there by like far. Everyone there is double my age, at least 40, 50 years old, that are looking towards retirement, or they've made a lot of money and saved it up and gone on holidays. And I just think it's pretty cool to be able to experience these things that most people experience later in their life at such a young age. Sweet. Now, the third and probably the most important reason as to why making money online while you're young is cool and is great is you set yourself up for the future indefinitely. For example, I'm just going to not even use me as an example. Let's use one of my students, right? One of my students, Adrian, does around 30 to 40K a month in his 20s, completely online, working a couple of hours a day through high ticket sales. Even if he just does that for the next couple of years, next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, stacks up like $500,000 in cash. That's not a whole lot of money, but $500,000 in cash, if he invests that correctly, if he puts that into stocks correctly and just let compound interest do his thing, he can retire at 30. He can retire at 40. Like, he can retire really, really early and still live a great life. Now, obviously, Adrian's going to be making more and more money as the years come on, but I'm just giving an example. So making money while you're young is the best, because you have one thing that most people don't have, and that's compounding time, compounding that money, investing that money. When you have that many decades on you, whatever money you make when you're young, if you just put it into investments, you'll literally be rich anyway, and you won't have to worry about money ever again. Sweet. So now that we know that making money while we're young is the best thing ever, a lot of people will ask me, well, Kashi, if it's so good, like if every 18, 19, 20-year-old can make money online, why doesn't everyone do it? I'll tell you why. And unfortunately, this is just how the world works. But society has put so many norms and so many belief systems into us that makes us believe that you have to go through a certain path to get to where you need to go. So the traditional path for an 18-year-old and in your 20s is to go through the education system, which is university for 4 or 5 years, get a piece of paper, get a degree, then do like minimum wage for another 5 years. And this is the pathway that's been laid out. In my opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to university. If you genuinely believe that is a path that you want to go down, go. But if you're lost and you don't know where to go, 18 to 24 is your prime years. That is like your prime years as a man, and that's when your brain is still developing, you're forming connections, you're learning new skills. It's when you're at your highest, you have the most energy. So I would take full advantage of your 18 to 24, like those years, because those are the best years of your life, man. And the reason why most people don't do it is because of societal pressures, family pressures, just doing things that everyone else does, right? It's like, a good analogy is, imagine like a herd of sheep, right? Just walking. Usually sheep don't go up by themselves. They just walk in herds and everyone follows each other, one in front of the other, one in front of the other. It's the exact same thing when it comes to how the world works right now. Everyone just wants to do what everyone else is doing, and no one wants to be uncomfortable and take that leap of faith. But if you want my advice on that, on how to overcome it, that way you can get to where I am and a lot of the students that I've helped, you have to really look at what's the worst that can happen. Like, let's look at the consequences. Worst case scenario. Let's say you decide to take a leap of faith and try to make money online. Invest in a mentor, try something new, take a gap year in uni, I don't know, like take two years of work, whatever it is. Well, the worst case scenario that can happen is you just go back to the life that you were living, which is back to your job, back to university, back to staying at home. Whatever it was that you were doing before you started, that will be your life if you fail as well. And I'll share a story with you, right? So, for context, I did really well in school. I just loved school. I loved my studies, and honestly, I really enjoyed it, and I got really good grades, and I got into one of the most elite degrees in my city. And I decided to put that on hold for six to 12 months completely on hold and decided to take a leap of faith and go all into high ticket sales. And obviously it was the best decision that I ever made. But in the back of my mind, I was like, even if this doesn't work out, what's the worst that can happen? I lose 6 to 12 months. I'm just going to go back to uni anyway. That was the life that I was already living. So realistically, I had nothing to lose. So yeah, if you're watching this video and you're young, you're 18, 19, in your 20s, like, dude, you are in your physical prime, like mental prime. You can stay up late. You can sacrifice your health. You have so much energy and potential within you to make it big. And I am living proof that you can take a leap of faith when you're young and completely change your life. Like, it's not normal for me to be 20 years old and have this view, be in this apartment, be able to travel around all these places, be able to give back to my family at such a young age. It's not normal. But the reason I did that is because I did things that weren't normal. I dropped university. I went all into online money. I followed the magical dream. I focused and was delusional on one skill set for 2 to 3 years before I got to where I am. So yeah, if there's one thing that you took from this video, get started as early as you can. The earlier you start, the better, and the more success that you have in the future. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.